Hello learners, how are you? I hope that you are doing very well at your home. Here I am Mujahidul Islam, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Milestone College. Today I am here with another topic and the topic is punctuation mark. Today we shall solve question on punctuation mark and for our practice we have chosen Zinadao Cadet College and Sylhet Cadet College. Before going to our lesson, I'd like to remind you something, and that is about revised syllabus. You have heard that recently the syllabus has been shortened for your convenience, and according to revised syllabus, there are some changes. Let us look at those changes. The changes is question number 9 instead of 12. Earlier, we found punctuation mark, question on punctuation mark as question number 12. According to new syllabus, you will find it in question number 9. Another change is that there will be now 14 errors instead of 10 errors. In earlier version, we found 10 errors. Now you will find 14 errors. For each correction, you will get 0.5 marks. For 14 errors, your total marks is 17. So remember these changes so that you can answer to the question properly. Then there is another thing to remember, and that is underlining correction. Whenever you will find any problem, you will correct it and you will underline that text. Then rewriting text again. When you will use correct punctuation marks, then you will write the text again. You will not get any marks if you do not rewrite the text and underline the correction. Now let us go to the question. At first we shall solve the question of Zinadao Cadet College. This is the caption. What does the caption says? The caption says there are 10 errors in the use of punctuation marks in the following text. Rewrite the text correcting the errors. This is the question. I have divided the question into two parts for your convenience because the question is very big. That's why I have divided it into two parts. At first we shall solve first part and then we shall move to the second part. So this is the question and it's a dialogue style question. Now let us read the text and find the problems. Father, what is your aim in life, my son? Do you find here any problem? Think. To be an army officer, father. Father, army officer, do you know how difficult and busy army life is? Son, yes, father, I do. Knowing everything, I have selected my choice. Father, okay. Do you know the procedure and other formalities of becoming an army officer? Do you find any problem here? Let us see the answer. There are some problems I have found and I have underlined the correction here. And now let us see again. Father, what is your aim in life, my son? There is no correction. You can see here everything is right here. To be an army officer, father, everything looks accurate here. That's why there is no correction needed. Father, army officer, you see army officer, father is expressing here a surprise. That's why I have used here exclamation mark which is absent in the original text. As I have used here punctuation mark, I have underlined it. Do you know how difficult and busy army life is? Everything is accurate here, that's why there is no correction. Son, yes, father, I do. Knowing everything. After everything I have used here comma, because knowing everything is a phrase, and after phrase we always use comma. I have selected my choice. Father, okay. Do you know the procedure and other formalities of becoming an army officer? Actually, there is no correction, there is no mistake. That's why there is no correction. Everything is okay here. Now let us move to the second part. Son, I am not fully aware, but I shall collect all information from army headquarters. There is some mistake. So there are some mistakes. If you read it carefully, you will find it. Father, well, my son, since you have decided to try your luck, I wish you all the best, but do not forget about the vigorous training related to your choice. There are some mistakes. I guess you can easily find them. Son, father, you just pray for me and the rest is mine. Here may be some problems. Father, I wish you success. Son, thank you very much. Do you find here any problem? Read it carefully. Then you will find many problems here. Now, let us see where are the mistakes. I am not fully aware. This is a complete sentence and assertive sentence, and the statement is complete here. That's why we have to use here full stop. As I have used here full stop, there is a correction and I have underlined it. After full stop, we use capital letter in the beginning of a sentence, but here but is a small. I have used here capital letter and I have underlined it. So this is the mistake I have found and I have underlined the correction. Here you see well. After well we use comma. Remember it always. And I have used here comma and I have underlined it. Here you can see since you have decided to try your luck. In original text there is no comma. The rule is after every subordinate clause you have to use a comma. Since you have decided to try your luck, this is a subordinate clause and that's why I have used here a comma and I have underlined the correction. I wish you all the best. After best there is no punctuation mark. As a statement is complete here, this is the end of the sentence and I have used here period and I have underlined the correction. But B is capital, but in original text B is small. As the sentence starts with but, so but B should be capital and I have capitalized it and underlined the correction. So you have understood the problem here and you have got the point. Here father is being addressed by the son. So the rules is here, when you will address someone to tell something, you must use a comma after the addressee. You just pray for me and the rest is mine. And there is no correction, everything is okay here. That's why there is no correction. So this is the way you have to solve the problem. You have to find out the mistakes in punctuation, and this is the way you have to show correction. And remember that you must underline your correction. I think you have understood it very clearly. Now we shall solve Sylhet Cadet College. The question of Sylhet Cadet College. The captions are same everywhere. Now let us see the question directly. This is a paragraph format. This is a paragraph format question and this is not dialogue style. Let us read the text at first. Perhaps you don't always need to use commas, periods, colons, etc. to make sentences clear. When I am in a hurry, tired, cold, lazy, or angry, I sometimes leave out punctuation marks. Do you find any problem here? Look at it again very carefully and try to find out. I think you have found here some problems. Now check out your answer with me. See here, don't. There should be a comma, but here it is absent. We use don't. Here it is contraction, but there is no comma in the original. In the answer, there must be comma, and I have used it and underlined it. And clear, the sentence ends here. The sentence ends here. So you have to use here a full stop. See, I have used here full stop and underline the correction. After full stop, new sentence starts, and the first letter of a sentence always becomes capital when. Here when W is small, we have to use capital. I have used it for you and underlined the correction. Here you see lazy, angry, I. Sometimes. Sometimes is adverb. You remember one thing, adverb that we have to use comma before and after adverbs if the adverbs come after the subject. Remember, if adverbs come after the subject, you have to use comma before and after the adverb. Leave out punctuation mark. So you have seen here the mistakes, and here are the corrections for you. I think it will help you very clearly to understand this item. This is part 2. Grammar is stupid. I can write without it and don't need it. My Uncle Harry once said he was not very clever. I never understood a word he wrote to me. I think I will learn some punctuation, not too much, enough to write to Uncle Harry. He needs some help. If you look at the text very carefully, you will find here many mistakes. So let us find out those mistakes and do the due corrections. See it. Grammar is stupid. Basically, this is an assertive sentence, but here exclamatory mark is used, which is wrongly used. So I have made the correction. I have used full stop or period and underline the correction. Then see here, I can write without it and don't need it. Don't need it, my Uncle Harry once said. You know that this is a reporting speech, and when reporting speech ends, we use inverted comma, and at the end of the reporting speech we use comma. So this inverted comma and comma is absent in the original text. See it. After it there is no punctuation, but we have used it. My Uncle Harry once said. So this is the mistake here, which I have found for you and have made the correction. He was not very clever. Actually, he was not very clever. He marks the starting of the new sentence. So H should be capital. And I have used a capital H for you and underlined the correction. In this sentence, see, I think, I will. There must, I will, it is a contraction, and there is upper comma, which is absent here. And after I think, I believe, we use comma, which is not used in the original text. I have used it for you, and this is the correction, and I have underlined it and I have made another correction here. I will, there should be a contraction, and I have underlined the correction. Learn some punctuation, not too much, enough to write to Uncle Harry. He needs some help. He needs some help. Here it is exclamatory mark, which is not correct. So I have replaced exclamatory mark with a period. So I have solved this second question also for you, and you have seen how we have to solve it and what is the style and how and what is the technique to write answer or to correct this item. I think that you will be able to apply it in your exam hall. So we have, dear learners, we have come to the end of our lesson. I think you have understood everything. I have tried to make every point very clear and open and concise for you. But yet, if there is any vagueness, if you fail to understand anywhere, you must or you can ask me or you can ask your subject teacher also for further support. No more today. Thank you. Bye bye.